Hello everyone, welcome to the Career Chat Show with me, Yanmo. Have you ever been in a role where you just feel so frustrated? You don't even feel like going to that job anymore or working on that job anymore. The people are irritating you, the actual job doesn't give you any form of fulfillment anymore. You're just fed up. You're just fed up, but you haven't actually put in your resignation. Has anyone ever felt like that? Well, I have definitely felt like that. And there is a term right now that is called quiet quitting. So quiet quitting means that you are frustrated and you disengage with whatever is going on in the organization. So you're just physically showing up, but you're not mentally engaged with your task, you're not mentally engaged with the team, you're just doing the barest minimum. That really is a very terrible place to be, because what you're doing is that you're just passing time. And the longer you stay in that mode of quiet quitting, the more you are devaluing yourself. And I know that because I've experienced it. Now, thankfully, I didn't stay in that mode for very, very long. But I know that there are a lot of people, and this is why organizations now are getting in, people to talk about quiet quitting and to train their employees about quiet quitting. So what is quiet quitting? Quiet quitting refers to a situation where an employee disengages from their job, and it begins mentally. Right? So you check out, you do not make any visible signs or any meaningful contribution, but you haven't formally resigned. Now, this can lead to so many other things. It can lead to depression, it can lead to burnout, because you are not invested in that job anymore. So why do we quiet quit? We quiet quit because the job is just not fulfilling us anymore. Maybe there's been a situation at work and you're not able to speak up, you're not able to speak to your boss about it, and you just feel undervalued, and you're just, you can't be bothered anymore. Now, I know that situation called quiet quitting, many people are going through it, and I'm here to say you don't have to quit quietly. If you don't want to stay in that organization anymore, then just resign. Life is too short. You need to go find another organization where you're going to be passionate about the things that you do, add value, and make meaningful contributions. So how are you going to deal with quiet quitting? I've put some practical ways here, and I'm going to share that with you. One of the ways is that you need to assess your job satisfaction. So I find this is usually the case with people that stay in organizations for 3, 4, 5 years or a longer period of time. They get very dissatisfied with their jobs. And because they've been in that organization for a significant period of time, they don't have the confidence, they don't have the oomph, they don't have the push to actually step out and go out into the big wide world and get another role. But inside of them, they have quiet quit. Inside of them, they have quit. So what you need to do is you need to always assess your job satisfaction. So in one of the shows I have recorded previously, I have spoken about having your career vision. And that is one of the importance of having your career vision. When you have your career vision and you regularly look at what you have written regarding your career vision, you're going to know whether the job is still satisfying you or the reason why it's no longer satisfying you. So you have to assess your job satisfaction. And unfortunately, many careerpreneurs do not think of their jobs as a business. They just go into the role. The first few months, they're really excited, and they get the job done. And after a while, they don't even think that they have a career vision at all. So you need to really revisit your career vision so that you understand whether this job is still satisfying you. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to communicate openly. You want to speak to your colleagues. You want to speak to your boss. You want to tell them the challenges that you're experiencing. Now, I know there's some people that are introverted, so it's not easy for them to do. But as much as possible, you want to be able to communicate why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And then you have to set boundaries and prioritize. And this goes back to your career vision. What is it you want for yourself? Because ultimately, an organization, through your directors, through your managers, through your team leaders, they can't tell you what is best for you. You ought to know what is best for you. right? They can advise you, they can guide you, they can give you counsel, they can even make suggestions, but ultimately you have to know what is best for you. So you have to prioritize yourself. And the other thing is, and I say this often, is you need to build a supportive network. And what does this mean? It means friends and family members, and also professional colleagues, people that understand you, people that you can speak to, and they will not judge you. Instead, they would encourage you and perhaps make you think or look at it from a different perspective. But I do want to say this to you: there is no point spending your time, because time is the one thing that you cannot get back. There's no point spending your time on a job that is no longer fulfilling you. Don't stay on a job just because of the money. There's so many different ways to get money. There's so many different ways to get money. And when I say there's so many different ways to get money, as a careerpreneur, there's so many different ways to get money. And what do I mean by that? There's so many organizations out there that want you, the value you're going to bring, and the skill sets that you have. So it's all about understanding your uniqueness, your value system, and your expertise. So the more you stay on a job that isn't fulfilling you, you are quiet quitting. And yes, you may be getting paid at the end of every month, but you are not growing. You are not learning. You're not thriving. So why then stay on that job? So let me just encourage you. Explore other options. If you're at a stage where you are quiet quitting, meaning that you have mentally checked out of the job that you're doing, the organization that you're working for, the team that you're engaged in, then explore other options. There's so many other options. It could mean that you don't want to work 5 days a week. It could mean you want to work 3 days a week so that you can have 2 days to do something else. There are just so many other options out there. But if you don't explore, you will think that what you're doing is the only thing to do. And deep down, you actually know that it's not the only thing to do. But because we've been in organizations, or we've been in that role for so long, we do not have the confidence, and we do not have the willpower to step out of our comfort zone and go explore other options. There are so many organizations, and the world is a global village. So you can be in a geographical location now, but you could be working for an organization that is based, in a different continent. And that's absolutely fine. And that could work for you. Not all organizations, post the pandemic, not all organizations have asked their employees to come back into the office. After all, I used to work for HSBC, and I had a team out in Hong Kong. I never saw them, but they were out in Hong Kong and we were working okay. I worked for SAB Miller, and I had a team out in Colombia. I've forgotten the name of the place in Colombia, but it starts with a B. Right? I had a team out there, and I also had a team out in Australia. So on the motorway at 6 a.m., I'm on a call in a meeting with my team out in Australia. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because there's just so many ways to actually get a job done, whereby you don't have to limit yourself to what you're going through. Explore other options. So I hope that you have found today's chat show very interesting. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and hit the bell so that you get notified. If you have any questions or you have any comments about quiet quitting, if you have experienced quiet quitting before, do let me know in the comments below. And until the next show, I will see you soon. God bless you. Bye.